Good day everyone. Welcome back to our lesson tutorials in Mathematics 6. How are you today? I hope you are all in good health. Stay safe and stay tuned for our new lesson. But before we proceed to our new lesson, let us have a short review first by answering this equation. So our equation is 2x plus 5 equals 45. In order for us to answer this equation, we have to combine the similar term first. So, our similar terms in this equation are 5 and 45. Since 5 and 45 are in different places, we need to transfer one of them next to its similar term. So, we need to transpose 5 to the right place of equal sign. Since we transpose 5 across the equal sign, its sign will be changed from positive to negative. So, our equation will become 2x equals 45 minus 5. So, 2x equals 45 minus 5 is equal to 40. As you can see, we still have 2 as the coefficient of x. In order for us to omit 2 as the coefficient of x, we have to divide both sides by 2. So we have 2x divided by 2 equals 40 divided by 2. 2x divided by 2 equals x, and 40 divided by 2 equals 20. So our value for x is equal to 20. Alright, well done everyone. Now this time, let me ask you some questions. What is the most far away place you have been to? Do you know how far is it? Do you know the speed at which your vehicle traveled? And how long did you travel? To answer those questions, we need to listen carefully to our lesson for today, which is all about calculating speed, distance, and time. Alright, do you know what this picture is? Very good. That is a speedometer. Speedometer or speed meter is an instrument on a vehicle's dashboard, indicating its speed. Now, let us understand speed, distance, and time. First, we have the speed. When we say speed, it is a scalar quantity that refers to how fast an object is moving. Speed can be thought of as rate by which an object covers distance. For example, 55 km per hour. That's a speed. Next we have distance. Distance is the total length between two positions. For example, the distance of Bulacan to Baguio. So the distance of Bulacan to Baguio is more or less 225 kilometers. Lastly, we have the time. Time is the quantity, measured or measurable period during which an action, process, or condition exists or continues. For example, 4 hours. 4 hours is a time. Now, this time, let us try to know the unit of measurement for distance, time, and speed. Let us start with distance. The unit of measurement for distance are kilometer, meter, centimeter, and millimeter, and many others. Next, we have time. Time can be measured by hour, minute, and second. Next, we have the unit of measurement for speed. For speed, we can say kilometer per hour, meter per second, etc. Now let us try to analyze this situation. We had a family vacation in Baguio. My father drove our van from city of Malolos to Baguio City at an average speed of 55 kilometers per hour for a total of 4 hours. How far did we travel? To find the total distance traveled, we simply multiply the given speed and time. So we have distance equals speed times time. Then we are going to substitute the value for speed and time. So for our speed, we have 55 kilometers per hour. And for our time, we have 4 hours. So 55 times 4 is equal to 220 kilometers. So we have traveled 220 kilometers. However, there is an easy way to solve for the value of distance, speed, and time, and that is by using this magic triangle, where d, or distance, is on the top of the triangle, s, or speed, is on the bottom left of the triangle, and t is on the bottom right of the triangle. When the two variables in this triangle are next to each other, it means that we have to perform multiplication as their operation. But when one variable is over the other variable, it means that we have to find their quotient, or we have to divide them. We can also easily remember this magic triangle by using these mnemonics. Our mnemonics is c dot, or speed is distance over time. Now, let us have some examples. First, calculate the distance that you will travel if you will drive for 3.5 hours at 75 kilometers per hour. Our given facts in the situation are 3.5 hours, which is the time, and 75 kilometers per hour, which is the speed. So, our missing variable is the distance. To find for the value of distance using the magic triangle, you just need to cover letter D with your hands. And as you can see, the remaining variables are S and T. And since they are next to each other, we have to perform multiplication as their operation. So, our formula must be D equals S times T. Now, let us have the solution using the formula D equals S times T. Now, let us substitute the value for S and T. So we have 75 kilometers per hour, which is the speed, times 3.5 hours, which is the time. So 75 kilometers per hour times 3.5 is equal to 262.5 kilometers. As you can see, we omitted h as the unit of measure because we divided h by h. So, in this situation, you will travel a distance of 262.5 kilometers. Now, let us proceed to our second example. A car travels 120 kilometers in 2 hours. Find the speed of the car. The given facts in the situation are 120 kilometers, which is the distance, and 2 hours, which is the time. And the missing variable is the speed. Now, let us try to solve this situation using the magic triangle. Using the magic triangle, we will just cover letter S with our hand. And as you can see, the two remaining variables are D and T. So D is over T. So it means that we are going to divide those variables. So we have distance divided by time. Now, let us try to solve this situation using this formula. S, or speed, equals distance over time. Now, we are going to substitute the value for distance and time. So our distance is 120 kilometers and our time is 2 hours. So 120 divided by 2 is equal to 60 kilometers per hour, which is our speed. So the car in this situation travels 60 kilometers per hour. Now let us have our next example. Samuel can type 975 words in 25 minutes. Calculate his typing speed in words per minute and in words per hour. Our given facts in this situation are 975 words, which is the length or distance, and 25 minutes, which is the time. Since we are required to find the speed, we can just use the same formula, which is S equals D over T. To find the value for A, or the speed for A, we will just substitute the value for distance, which is 975 words, and for time, which is 25 minutes. So our answer, or the speed for letter A, is 39 words per minute. And for letter B, since 1 hour is equivalent to 60 minutes, we just need to multiply 39 to 60 minutes. So our answer for letter B, or our speed for letter B, is 2,340 words per hour. Now let's have our last example. A bus travels 252 kilometers at 72 kilometers per hour. How long does it take to travel? So our given facts in this situation are 252 kilometers, which is the distance, and 72 kilometers per hour, which is the speed. We are required to find the time. So to find the time using the magic triangle, we just need to cover letter T with our hand.
And as you can see, the remaining variables are D and S, where D is over S.
So our formula must be T equals D over S, or T equals distance over speed. Now, let us have the solution using this formula. Again, we are going to substitute the value for the variable. So for distance, we have 252 kilometer over the speed, which is 72 kilometer per hour. So we can omit kilometer as the unit of measure because kilometer divided by kilometer is equal to 1. And the remaining unit of measure is the hour. So 252 divided by 72 hour is equal to 3.5 hours. So in this situation, the bus traveled for 3.5 hours. Now let's practice this time. I want you to answer this situation using the magic triangle. First, how long does it take to travel 280 kilometers at 40 kilometers per hour? Next, what is the speed of the car if it travels 180 kilometers in 3 hours? Number 3. Mr. Wade traveled to Tacloban City yesterday with an average speed of 60 kilometers per hour. What is the distance of his destination from the starting point if he arrived there at exactly 1.5 hours? Now, let us check your answer. So for number 1, our given are 280 kilometers, which is the distance, and 40 kilometers per hour, which is the speed. So our formula must be T equals D over S because we are required to find the time. So for our solution, we have 280 kilometers divided by 40 kilometers per hour. Since we omitted kilometer as the unit of measure, our answer is 7 hours because 280 divided by 40 is equal to 7. Number 2, the given facts are 180 kilometers, which is the distance, and 3 hours, which is the time. And we are required to find the value for the speed. So our formula must be S equals D over T. So all we need to do is to cover letter S. And as you can see, we found out that distance must be divided by time in order to find the speed. So for our solution, we substitute 180 kilometers for distance and 3 hours for time. So our answer for speed is 60 kilometers per hour. So the car travels 60 kilometers per hour. Now let's have number 3. For number 3, the given facts are 60 kilometers per hour, which is the speed, and 1.5 hour, which is the time. And we are required to find the distance. When we cover letter D as the distance, we found out the remaining variables which are next to each other. They are S and T. So our formula must be D equals S times T. Using the formula, we substituted 60 kilometers per hour for speed and 1.5 hour for the time. So 60 kilometers per hour times 1.5 hour is equal to 90 kilometers. So our remaining unit of measure is the kilometer because we omitted h, since h divided by h is equal to 1. So Mr. Wade travels a distance of 90 kilometers. Alright, well done everyone, and congratulations for your participation.